I think they're all really good matchups.
Yeah, it's a great card.
Liam Smith, Josh Kelly.
Josh Kelly, super slick, super fast.
I think Shiraz has that little bit of specialness.
Quality. For me personally, I just think Shiraz is super special.
Kachi, Warington. I think that's like 55-45.
I'm going to go for boring points win.
I think he's going to get him out of there in about 7 rounds. KO. Welcome back to BoxCast. In this episode, we are going to discuss the undercard of the Riyadh season in London, of the undercard of the Joshua and Dubois fight. All British undercard, but some tasty fights in there. So, shall we start with Chamberlain versus Padley?
Yeah.
Mark Chamberlain and Josh Padley, both unbeaten. Chamberlain with 16 wins and 16 fights, and Padley with 14 wins in 14 fights. And this is at lightweight, is it not? Yes, 135 pounds. What are your thoughts on this? What do we think is going to happen here? I'm favouring Chamberlain.
Yeah.
Yes. I think Chamberlain will win.
Yeah, I think so. I think he's going to have a little bit too much for Padley.
I think he's Padley's good, but I think Chamberlain's just a little class above.
Yeah, I think Chamberlain's he's a star for the future, this boy.
Yeah.
I think they get both probably maybe a world title shot after it.
Yeah, I think
Although that lightweight division's so stacked. It's going to be hard, but get yourself in the mandatory positions. Have a few fights.
So I think he needs to put on a performance here. Well, either both of them need to do, but I think Chamberlain, yeah, if he wants to get into that conversation, he needs to put on a
I mean, he's still a young lad, so...
He's got time on his side.
But yeah, I think he's going to have too much.
I think KO round 9.
9th round KO.
Mm-hmm.
I will... How good are you, Chamberlain? How good are you? Points.
Oh, wait a minute. It's 10-round fight, isn't it?
So you're still going for a 9th round KO?
I'm going to retract.
There we go. Listen to it now.
Yeah, I'll leave it as 9th round KO.
I'm going points.
Okay.
For Chamberlain.
I think Padley is going to give it a good go, and he's quite tough. So I think it's going to go there.
It could.
I can see you getting to points. I just think Chamberlain's just going to have that.
It's going to be a really good fight, though. This,
yeah,
really,
I think it's going to be quite
really
close.
Good fight.
That's why I was going later rounds. The KO. I think Chamberlain does have the power and systematically bring him down, but I think it's a close fight. I think Padley's going to give him a good test, but I think Chamberlain needs to make a statement a bit, so I think he will do that. Next one is at middleweight, so 160 pounds. Denny and Shiraz, Tyler Denny and Hamzah Sheeraz. So interesting fight as well. Denny's got 19 wins, 2 losses, 3 draws. And Shiraz has got 20 wins in 20 fights. And a good KO percentage as well, 80% KO percentage.
I think...
He's got height and reach in this, innit? So I think I'm favouring Shiraz in this.
I think Shiraz knocks him out.
Yeah, I think so too.
I like Tyler Denny, but...
He's been good in the last sort of 5 or 6 fights, hasn't he?
Yeah, but Shiraz is a different
But I think
level,
Shiraz
mate.
is a world level.
Yeah, he's a different level, this boy.
He should be at that level. I think he has to win this and put on a little bit of a statement and a thing.
I think he does it.
I think he's going to get him out of there in about 7 rounds. KO or TKO or whatever.
Do you know what? I'd agree with that.
Mm-hmm.
Shiraz is the real deal, I think.
I think so too.
I think...
And he's getting better. So I think
I'm
he's
gonna
still
go,
learning. He's still getting better.
But I'm going to go with 5th round KO.
Okay, yep.
Watch out for this kid. he's going a long way, Shiraz.
Well, he's getting ranked now, isn't he? I think he's number one on a couple of them.
Yeah, he's really good.
I think he's a world champion in the making. So, yeah, fair enough on that. I don't think there's much more to say on that. Liam Smith and Josh Kelly. That's a really interesting fight. Experienced against the up-and-coming Josh Kelly. Experienced Liam Smith.
Is Josh Kelly getting...
Do you think Liam Smith still got enough in the tank?
Well, no, the question is...
Well, even Josh Kelly isn't young anymore.
Is Josh Kelly getting Liam Smith at the perfect time? Josh Kelly, super slick, super fast.
Yeah.
But Liam Smith knows every trick in the book.
It's hard for me to go in Smith, but I think Josh Kelly is going to...
It's whether Liam Smith...
I think Josh Kelly's going to beat him.
Is it a fully fit Liam Smith?
Yeah.
If it's a fully fit Liam Smith,
then
it's going to
really
be one
fight.
hell of a fight.
Yeah.
And people have written Liam Smith off loads of times, and he's always put on a phenomenal performance.
There's always a win in there.
You know, Josh Kelly's been on a rebuild. You know, David Avanesian took care of him.
I think Kelly will get it back. I think it's just age and all the other bits and pieces, I think, are on his side. He's a slick boxer. I think Kelly on points.
Okay.
But I think it is going to be a tough fight for him. I think Smith will give him a really good go. And to be honest, I wouldn't be surprised if it beats him either. If like you said, the only thing is it's what version of Smith.
I'm just hoping it's not one of them where Josh Kelly destroys him and you see the end of Liam Smith. Do you know what I mean? You know, when
I'm not sure Smith shouldn't get to the end, but I agree. I think it's going to be close. I don't think it's going to be a completely one-sided. I think Kelly needs to make a bit of a statement, but I think winning is enough of a statement. I think it's going to be a close fight, a tough fight. And
I'm going to go
Josh Kelly's just too slick for him, I think. Okay.
For a round 7 KO.
Okay. Yeah, I could see
But I can see Kelly quite easily winning. But I've just got a little feeling.
Well, Smith could have one of those Donaire stroke, what did I say?
Yeah.
You know, one of those moments, the last that Breeders lion roars at the end. And Liam Smith is one of those that could pull it out the back.
And I like both lads. I do.
Well, that's why I said it's hard for me to go against the Smith bros. But like,
it's one of them fights that
I think Kelly just has.
I wouldn't have made it because I like both the lads.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm going to go Smith around 7 KO. I think he's going to cause a little bit of a surprise.
You were like one of these upsets in there, but I think Kelly.
That's me upset fight.
Okay. Next one is Anthony Cacace and Josh Warrington. This is another tough fight.
Love this fight.
Yeah. Cacace's 22 wins and 1 loss, and Warrington is 31 wins and 3 losses and 1 draw.
Cacace's coming off. Well, he was in the Riyadh season last time, wasn't he? And basically, he was the upset that night. He caused the upset.
And this is a super featherweight.
Josh Warrington, you know what you're going to get with him.
Yeah, I think Warrington we know we can get. I think Cacace, building off the last one, has just got the slight advantage.
Yeah,
in this.
I think what will have happened with Cacace is he's one of them fighters that he's always been good, but now he's a world champion. He steps up even more.
Yeah,
do you know what I mean?
Get that.
And I think he takes care of Josh Warrington. Josh Warrington's a tough guy, but I think all the wars that Josh Warrington's had
are going to catch up with him.
I've caught up with him.
Yeah. And I think Cacace, like you, I think he's going to get that boost from I'm the man, I'm the champion.
Yeah. And I don't think there's any stopping him.
I think he's got that in him to raise his game.
Yeah.
And then it's hard to see.
I think he stops Warrington as well, which is no easy feat. I mean, like I say, Josh will have success.
I'm going to be more cool. I think points.
I'm going to go round...
I think Warrington is tough, but yeah.
Round 10, I'm going to go.
Okay. I'm going to go on points for Cacace.
And this most probably put Warrington into retirement when.
I think
When.
I think Kachi is good. It's the IBF junior lightweight, world junior lightweight championship, isn't it? So
yeah, but
I think Kachi is going to have that.
He put
boost.
on one hell of a performance last time, Kachi.
I think he's going to be even better.
Yeah.
I think he's going to have that boost.
Yeah,
and I think that's just going to be too much for Warrington. But points, I think he is tough enough to last it out.
Okay,
but it is 12 rounds, so yeah, I could see a late stoppage as well. But I think it's going to be a tough fight. And then we have the light heavyweight fight, Joshua Buatsi and Willy Hutchinson. This is a good matchup as well, isn't it? Buatsi is unbeaten record, 18 wins in 18 fights, and Hutchinson has 18 wins and 1 loss. They're physically pretty similar. Hutchinson does have a bit of age on his side, but then Buatsi's only 31, so they're good. They both got the same KO percentage of 72, so 13 KOs in 18 fights. And yeah, they are pretty close in most of the things. In rankings, even WBO, I think they're 1 and 2.
Do you know,
and 1 for Buatsi.
I was a massive fan of Buatsi early in his career. And I thought, this he's going all the way in.
Well, I was just surprised by his age, but I shouldn't have been here because he's been around a while. But he was one of those you thought he's going to get somewhere, this guy.
I mean, when he was with Matchroom, wasn't he? They've offered him the Bivol fight. He's refused it. And then he's kind of... His performances haven't been superb the last few we've seen. Hutchinson's coming off a great win against Craig Richardson, which was in the 5v5.
Yeah.
I think Buatsi's still going to have a little bit too much for him.
I think Buatsi's going to have a little bit too much. I think he maintains his unbeaten record.
And like I say, he's got to now, Buatsi.
He needs to step up.
You know.
Well, either of them, it's a good chance. I think that's why it's a good match. It's a good chance for one. If Hutchinson wins, then he's in that conversation.
And I mean, they've both
and
beat.
Buatsi needs to get back on it.
Yeah, they've both beat Craig Richards. So it is a good fight.
It's a good matchup.
But again, Buatsi's last performance against Dan Aziz, he didn't set me on fire, Buatsi. But I'm hoping this is a huge stage for him. He's got to do it. And he's got to do it in style. And I'm hoping he steps up and does it in style.
Well, I think if he doesn't step up, I think Hutchinson beats him.
Yeah.
I think he's got to step up. If he steps up, then I think he's just going to have that little bit too much for Hutchinson. But I think it's a close fight again. I think it's quite close. Do we go for KO?
No, I'm going for Buatsi.
Buatsi by KO in round.
And he's going for a KO in round 10.
9 this time. I'm going
to go for boring points win. And I think
for Buatsi?
Yeah, for Buatsi. And I'll be disappointed if it's a boring point win as well.
Yeah. Well, that's why I want it to be
Buatsi.
A fight. Well, both of them have got reasonable power, so they can do. I just think Buatsi has that little bit more spark.
Buatsi has when he puts his mind to it. Like I say, his
fight was a bit disappointing.
He was on a massive upslope, and then he's. So we need to start getting. If we want to win a world title.
Light heavyweight is quite difficult.
Yeah, but you're going to have to, at some point or another, you've got to fight better Biev or Bivol. Unfortunately, that's just the way it is. Plain and simple.
Well, I think the thing could be, once their undisputed happens, and then there could be somebody step out of it, retiring or leaving or whatever they're doing or moving weight, then I think it opens up. But I think you've got to be ready to step in.
Yeah.
Or, like you said, you've got to be prepared to face them.
Yeah.
That's just, if you want to be the best, you've got to fight the best, and them two are the best.
Yeah. If you don't believe you're the best.
And even if outside of them, if Benavides is really stepping up to that division, and then there's a couple of others, then you've got to be. Should we have a look who else is in the rankings? So I go and let me pull them up in light heavyweight.
You still got your Anthony Yard in there. You still got Callum
there's
Smith,
only the British fighter, so you've got a
Benavides. You know, there's a lot of fighters.
Well, once you get past Beterbiev, Bivol, and Benavides has come into that third. You got Buatsi is the next. Then you got Yard, Smith, Ramirez, Vozdik's there, Hutchison, and David. What is it? Is it David Morrell?
Yeah.
So you've got there's a good load of people to fight before you even get to Beterbiev and Bivol. But Buatsi's at the top of that tree, just behind.
Yeah, but he's got to prove.
Like a Benavides is step up. But you think to fight any of them, you got to step up and prove it. Yeah. You need to have a good performance against Hutchison.
Yeah.
I think Hutchison is less. I think Hutchison win. If I see Hutchison win, it's on points. And I think he has got enough to do it. But I think Buatsi should be the one. He should have that little bit more.
We shall see. I want Buatsi to go in and put on a statement and knock him out, but I don't know.
I think Hutchison's got enough about him to fight. I think it's going to be a tough fight, but yeah, I would hope that Buatsi. I mean, it'd be great if he blows him out water and then does it. And then we know, he's in that. Then it's a top 4, not a top 3. You know, outside of Beterbiev, then Benavides.
No, because what you want to be doing.
Then would be
what you want to be doing is making Bivol, Benavides, and Beterbiev and all them go in. Hold on a minute, I'm not sure whether I want to
fight him. Yeah,
yeah, you know, because it gets them.
Well, they'll push him up because he's like the WBO mandatory, isn't he? So, I think he's in.
Don't be scared to fight them. Make them scared to fight you.
And you got to give it to at least Yard put up a good performance against Beterbiev. Callum Smith stepped up and faced him in it. Vozdix has faced Beterbiev as well. So, you know, there's a few. And then you got Morel and Ramirez coming up on the thing.
Because as much as I don't like Benavides, he ain't going to be scared to step in the ring with Bivol or Beterbiev. I can tell you that for free.
No. I think he gets beat by both. But, well, as long as Father Time does not catch up with Beterbiev, I think I think Beterbiev and Bivol is well, but that's a discussion for another time. That's coming up on the rails as well. The real Riyadh season in Riyadh.
But I do look forward to this card. It's a great card. Great for British boxing.
There's some really good matchups in terms of fights, isn't it? I think Buatsi Hutchison is a great one. As we said, Kachi Warrington. Yeah, we're flavouring a bit Kachi. Liam Smith and Kelly again, the experienced. Well, they're both experienced, but really experienced guy against the one who needs to get back on the gas. Shiraz, Denny, yeah, I think I think Shiraz has that little bit of specialness. Quality. Yeah. And then Chamberlain, Padley as well, both is really good. And obviously the top fight, Joshua and Dubois. I think they're all really good matchups.
Yeah, it's a great card.
In terms of matchups. Yeah.
Really good.
Names that's on a world stage, maybe less name, but in terms of quality of fights, they're all really,
50-50s.
Really yeah.
So, and that's what we want in boxing.
Well, I think even in the most, the 60-40s. Yeah. So that's really close, you know? Yeah. So, because, go on, and what would you say? Anthony Joshua Dubois, what would you rate that as percentage-wise? Let's do. I think that's 60-40 for Joshua. Go on, I'll start. Yeah, obviously you're Joshua fanboy, so 90-10. Yeah. Okay, we'll let that one go. Chamberlain, Padley. I think 60-40 to Chamberlain.
60-40 fight.
Yeah, to Chamberlain. Yeah, we agree. Denny and Shiraz. Again, I think that could be a bit more, but I think that's 40-60. I think 40 for Denny, 60 for Shiraz.
I think, for me personally, I just think Shiraz is super special.
Yeah, I think he is, but I think he's still
I think
learning.
This is,
and Tyler Denny has enough experience about him to cause a bit of trouble. But yeah, that one might be a little bit more one way. Where's my thing gone? Liam Smith, Josh Kelly.
50-50.
Yeah, I think that's a 50-50. I favour Kelly, but I think it's a 50-50.
Yeah, it's definitely a 50-50.
Kachi Warington, I think that's like 55-45.
On paper, that's a 50-50 fight.
Yeah. Only because I think the boost for Kachi. But yeah, that's a 50-50 really. And Buatsi and Hutchison is a 50-50 really.
On paper again,
it's
50-50.
I mean, we're favouring, but even then, if you're favouring, it's only really like 55%, 45%. Yeah. It's a 50-50. Kakache again is 50-50, maybe 55-45 for favouring.
Yeah.
Smith and Kelly is 50-50. Yeah, Denny, and on paper, it's closer. I think it's a 60-40, but I think Shiraz, by where he is and what it could be, I think, then it's a bit more. Chamberlain Padley's 50-50, really.
That is a 50-50, yeah.
And then Joshua Dubois, at this moment in time, is probably close to a 50-50. I think with Joshua's experience as 60-40. Yeah, Simon is not agreeing here, but, you know, I think...
90-10.
Yeah, to Joshua. But yeah, I think for most people outside, it's like a 60-40 for Joshua.
Yeah, I'd agree with that.
On current forms. I think if you allow all Joshua's time, yeah, you could probably make a bigger case, as you will. But yeah. So I think on that basis, when it's all like near enough 50-50 fights, it's a really good card. It's because you don't know what's going to happen.
I'm just saying this now. If Joshua gets beat...
Yeah, I'll be doing this by myself.
Yeah, you will.
I will be. I'll be doing the after fight.
I'm not doing the after fight.
Or I'll have to get somebody else shouldered.
I'm telling you. I'm not doing it. Because he'd have been cheated.
Yeah, I think I'd be up in arms if he gets cheated on points. I'll be like, what the? But yeah, I think that's a really, really good card. So yeah, let us know what you think of the outcomes, the predictions.
UK Riyadh season,
it's a
baby.
UK Riyadh season. It's a good to see. I think it's even a reasonable price. I think they're trying to keep it at £19.99 and $19.99 and everything else, not the silly like $80 odd that they have in the US. And I think His Excellency has come out for most of them trying to keep it reasonable. And the one they've got coming up for the next contest after this, I think we'll discuss that in that. Yeah. The Bibble Better Be Up thing. But yeah, I think they're trying to do it there as well to give the people the opportunity to watch it, which is, you know, I think really wonderful from that point of view. So yeah, thank you very much for watching and listening. Let us know your opinions as well in the comments. And yeah, any things you think we've missed or not, we should have talked about, or whether we're talking rubbish or predictions are off. And do the usual like and subscribe, and we will see you in the next one.
Thank you very much.